probably think you know what's happening online where your kids are concerned, but there's probably a lot you don't know. And a new book is shedding light on all of those things. Author Nancy Jo Sales is here to tell us more about her book, Social Media and the Secret Life of Teenagers. Hi, how are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
Great. So this book, you know, we said shedding some light on the things you don't know. I have a teenage girl, a 15-year-old, and I was astounded to find out about all of this lingo that I had never heard and all of this that goes on. What was the most shocking discovery for you?
Well, I think what you say is right. You know, as parents, we didn't grow up with this. So, you know, there's all these things that they're doing online that just really just got invented. And I think what I was shocked by the most was the amount of sexually explicit content that kids encounter online and the kind of sexualization that goes on social media of sometimes really young kids.
How young?
Well, I mean, I heard from some girls about getting sexual pictures of a sexual nature from boys in 6th grade.
Wow, that's amazing. Now, I kind of think of myself as one of those moms that's pretty social media savvy, but again, with the lingo, there's this whole collection of terms that I had never heard before, and I guess there are other places or sites that I didn't know, Yik Yak and some of these others I didn't even know about.
Yeah, well, you know, teenage culture has always had an element of secrecy. You know, kids want to have their own lives away from their parents. That's part of how they develop and grow up. And that's normal and natural, and it's always existed. But with social media, I think it's so much more heightened and so much more dangerous, potentially, because it's public-private. You know, it's private from their parents might not see it, but it's public in the sense that everyone else can see it, and sometimes strangers can see it. And if you're talking about girls posting provocative pictures and trying to get likes and followers and friends through doing that, then you have a very young person in a situation in which there are no guidelines, and there's no Judy Blume book for this, like for how they're going to feel when these things happen.
And is your book intended for parents or teens or both, or just to start the conversation?
I think it is mainly for parents and age-appropriate kids. There's a lot of explicit content because there had to be, because that's what I was hearing from girls, and that's what they were telling me was going on. And so you have to report what's really happening. So I think parents might want to look at the book to get the information and to be able to have this information in order to talk to their kids about it. But they might want to determine for themselves at what age it's appropriate for their daughters to read it. I mean, after a certain age, I hope they read it, because it's about older teenage girls as well. And in those chapters with the older girls, it really involves how social media so affects love and sex and romance and dating.
And self-esteem, I imagine.
Yeah, because, you know, I mean, we want them to feel good about, you know, so many things about themselves besides what they look like. You know, that we want them to feel good about their kindness and their goodness and their personalities and whether or not they're good at sports and musical instruments. But on social media, it's really very often all about how you look. I mean, that is the culture of social media. And there's all these kind of apps to affect, you know, whether your teeth are wide enough and whether your waist is small enough. And this is, you know, really an activity that for a 13-year-old girl, I think can potentially be very damaging to her sense of self-worth.
It's a very important read, and you can pick up Nancy's book anywhere you buy your favorite books. And Nancy, thank you so very much for joining us. Stick around, we'll be back.